NASA has made a shocking statement that could put the entire Artemis mission in jeopardy. With the SLS plagued with constant problems, the future of the Artemis mission could be in the hands of SpaceX and the success of the Starship. Let's talk about all the problems facing the mission and what NASA and SpaceX are doing to ensure that the mission stays on track. NASA's recent announcement about a significant change in its lunar exploration plans, specifically the absence of a Lunar Starship landing, has sparked concerns about the future of SpaceX's ambitious projects. This alteration has prompted questions about the challenges SpaceX might face. The moon's south pole is a breathtaking location, featuring towering mountains that are constantly illuminated by the sun. The lunar dust, resembling fine powder, glistens in the unfiltered sunlight. Deep craters are shrouded in permanent darkness, concealing pockets of ice within the rocky terrain. This frozen water has remained undisturbed for an astonishing 3 billion years. In this tranquil expanse, NASA envisions landing a fresh team of astronauts. Just like their predecessors, these explorers will gear up and venture out for a walk, experiencing the unique bounce of their bodies in the moon's gentle gravity. However, plans for this lunar excursion are facing uncertainty and potential delays. During an August 8th briefing at the Kennedy Space Center, Jim Free, NASA's Associate Administrator for Exploration and Systems Development, revealed that the Artemis 3 mission maintains its scheduled launch date of December 2025. Yet, he acknowledged that he is closely monitoring possible setbacks and the necessary hardware for the mission. Mr. Free did not elaborate on the precise factors that might lead to adjustments in the Artemis 3 mission timeline. Earlier in June, concerns had been voiced regarding the slightly postponed introduction of Starship, along with uncertainties about the practical aspects of the lunar lander. These concerns encompassed the tankers required for in-orbit refueling, the accomplishment of a successful lunar landing with Starship, and the effective transfer of cryogenic propellant into orbit. Nonetheless, they are also prepared with backup plans for all possible scenarios. In case there are any delays with Starship, they have equivalent missions ready to step in as potential alternatives. Specifically, the nature of Artemis 3 might be influenced by the results and advancements achieved in Artemis 2. SpaceX's iteration of Starship, operating under NASA's contract, has the role of handling lunar orbit and facilitating the transportation of astronauts between the Orion spacecraft and the lunar surface, ensuring their safe return. This process relies on the success of NASA's costly SLS rocket and the effective functioning of the Orion capsule. However, the current advancement of the Artemis 2 mission doesn't present a very optimistic outlook. The Orion capsule hasn't reached its final design stage yet, and investigations into its heat shield's performance might potentially cause a delay in the lunar mission. Additionally, the assembly of the SLS rocket has also faced setbacks due to several unspecified issues. This situation highlights that the project seems to lack readiness for NASA's planned Artemis 2 launch. If Artemis 2 is not progressing as initially scheduled, the readiness of the Orion spacecraft and the SLS rocket for Artemis 3 also becomes uncertain. Regarding SpaceX, there are considerable tasks ahead to meet the demands of the Artemis 3 mission. Jim Free emphasized the importance of multiple successful launches for both SpaceX and NASA. It's crucial for SpaceX to achieve success in their launches, including the upcoming ones, as it is integral to the overall mission success. The next step involves a ship-to-ship transfer from a fuel depot spacecraft to Starship, followed by an uncrewed moon landing with Starship before humans are allowed on board. NASA is also cautious about the potential impact of Starship's launch on the Axiom spacesuit development process. This is because the completion of Starship is necessary before designing the appropriate spacesuits for astronauts. Delays in either the spacesuit development or Starship's progress might result in a rearrangement of mission priorities. Despite the challenges, having a prominent aerospace company like SpaceX on the job instills confidence that these tasks will be effectively managed. The initial orbital launch of Starship may not have appeared ideal at first glance, but in reality, it marked a crucial milestone in SpaceX's development journey. This launch demonstrated to NASA the potential of future projects that will involve Starship tackling complex technologies, not just in space, but also beyond. This was evident during NASA's recent visit to Starbase, where they got insights into the challenging technologies that Starship will be handling in its upcoming endeavors. In addition, SpaceX has shared an updated schedule with NASA in response to their inquiries. However, Jim Free mentioned that they would review and revise it once they've had a chance to thoroughly analyze it. This indicates that NASA still maintains a degree of skepticism towards SpaceX's Starship. It's unclear whether this skepticism is based on genuine concerns or if it's a way to conceal their own delays. The intricate connections between various mission components could also contribute to the delays. Funding challenges for the SLS, as well as the instability of both the SLS and the Orion capsule, are likely to be significant factors impacting the progress of NASA's Return to the Moon initiative. In fact, the evident efforts and determination that SpaceX is investing in its goals are clear indicators of its commitment. The challenges associated with Starship that were discussed earlier don't appear to be major obstacles for SpaceX. Alongside these challenges, SpaceX has been making steady strides in preparation for the upcoming second Starship launch. Notable accomplishments include the successful development of a substantial water deluge system, the enhancement of the launch pad's durability, and strategic modifications to the rocket design to overcome issues encountered during the initial launch. A recent revelation is of a nose cone on Ship 22 labeled HLS, featuring a human-sized door on the left side. This marks the emergence of a life support system, an essential component typically found in spacecraft designed to carry humans. This development underscores SpaceX's determination to be well prepared for forthcoming missions involving human passengers. Although SpaceX has not provided official confirmation of this information, the notable progress they are making suggests an exciting parallel development potential. With the pace they are moving, it seems that the second launch of Starship is on the horizon. If Starship can successfully complete its launch this year, there is a strong possibility that a successful HLS, or Human Landing System, mission could be achieved by 2024. In fact, this milestone might even be attained by the middle of the year, which is ahead of NASA's initial suggestion of the year's end. The success of the Starship project relies not only on SpaceX's efforts, but also on the support and endorsement of the Biden administration and Congress. This backing could significantly expedite the development process of the Starship. The potential of the Starship is extraordinary, with the ability to bring to life a future that was once deemed unimaginable science fiction not too long ago. It would be unfortunate if delays were to impede the progress of such a promising and transformative endeavor. The significance of the moon-bound Starship becomes even more pivotal as it stands as the decisive element in the outcome of the competition between the US and China in their pursuit of lunar exploration. Although not everyone shares the perspective of a race occurring, the terminology is frequently used by US politicians, including the present NASA Administrator, Bill Nelson. The widespread use of the term, coupled with extensive global media coverage, indicates that many may perceive the efforts to send humans to the moon as a competitive endeavor. If China manages to successfully land humans on the moon ahead of the US, they could potentially assert immediate ownership, mirroring their actions in the South China Sea. In that scenario, global perceptions could indeed solidify China's status as a global leader, showcasing the capabilities of its communist government. China's aspirations in this regard are undoubtedly significant. In contrast, the United States is proactively uniting countries to embrace the Artemis Accords, a pact that advocates cooperative and peaceful international space exploration. However, China remains an outlier among the 28 nations that have embraced these accords, emphasizing their distinct stance on collaborative space efforts. This underscores China's distinct approach, indicating their intention to assert lunar dominance aligned with their own interests. Moreover, the moon holds a valuable resource in the form of trapped water ice, particularly abundant at the lunar South Pole. This reality intensifies the competition for lunar exploration to unprecedented levels. In contrast to the well-lit landing sites of Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, images of the lunar South Pole reveal a multitude of deep craters that remain in perpetual shadows due to the angle of the sun. Many of these volcanic craters are cloaked in darkness for extended periods. With these shadowed craters lie layers of concealed ice, holding significant potential as a vital resource. This ice could be pivotal for both the production of rocket fuel and as essential drinking water for future space missions. Nelson strongly emphasizes the global significance of this endeavor, highlighting the collective interest of the international community. Should we discover abundant water resources, these could serve the needs of future crews and spacecraft. The aim is to ensure that these resources are accessible to all, rather than being claimed exclusively by a single entity. It remains to be seen if either SpaceX or NASA can step up and beat China to the moon. We will have to wait and see what is in store for the future of the Starship and the SLS. Who do you think will make it to the lunar surface first? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this video, you may also enjoy this one, which talks about SpaceX's shocking upgrades at Starbase.